Today I'm going to do a comparison of two compact pistols in 40 S&W. Got the M&P40 compact and the Glock 23, which is also a compact model from Glock. Both of these pistols were safety checked before this video, so nobody's going to get hurt, hopefully. Both of these are striker fired pistols. The M&P40 compact holds 10 rounds standard, and just like the Glocks, you could get a standard mag for the M&P40 and use a grip extension and put some more in it. The Glock 23 holds 13 rounds. Both of these are, that's +1 when I say how many rounds it holds. It's 13 +1, and the M&P is 10 +1. So there's quite a few differences in these guns as far as the way they feel. If you're shooting one of them, then you go to shoot the other one, you've got to kind of readjust the way you shoot. The triggers are substantially different. The M&P has a 3.5-inch barrel. It's 6.7 inches in length, 4.3 inches in height, 1.2 inches in width. The trigger pull on this is listed as 6.7 pounds. The G23 has got a barrel that's 4.01 inches long. The length is 7.28 inches. The height is 4.99. The width is 1.18 inches. And the trigger pull is listed at 5.5 pounds. Just looking at them side by side, the width is very, very close. It appears that the M&P looks a little wider at the slide, which the slide may actually be just a tiny bit wider, but very close in the width. You can see the height. The G23 is obviously a little taller, with it holding more rounds, but not much. It's actually close overall if you look at the height with the grip extension. The weight of these two guns is very similar, although the M&P does feel like it weighs a little more. It's really very close. I'm going to go ahead and weigh these in ounces. The M&P, this one's exactly 25 ounces. And the G23 is 23.75 ounces, so just about 1.25 ounces lighter than the M&P. The triggers, they're completely different, but I actually like each one of them. But like I said, you do need to kind of get used to it. M&P, this one has the hard sear installed on it as well, so it's a little bit lighter probably than the 6 pounds that's listed. The reset is not the highly audible reset like the Glock, so you can just kind of barely hear the reset. But I like that trigger as well. It's just different. The Glock, there's the reset on that. Quite a bit of difference in the sound of the reset and the feel as well. The Glock's got a lot stronger click to it that you can also feel. I've shot this M&P40 compact quite a bit. I've probably put close to 1,000 rounds through it, and I really like the way it shoots. I'm really used to it, and it's been a great gun. I've had no issues whatsoever out of it with failure to feeds or rounds getting jammed up in it. No problems at all. The Glock, I haven't shot as much yet. It's fairly new, but I'm really liking it as well. It seems to shoot very well. I think either one of these is going to be fine as far as accuracy. It's all probably as good as you can shoot. That's how good they're going to do. The magazine releases on these pistols are both excellent. This is the Gen 4, and I really like the mag release on that. I don't have to make any adjustments. I have fairly small hands, and very easy to get on that and push out the magazine. The same with the M&P. I really like the mag releases on the M&Ps as well. The finish on these guns goes through a fairly similar process. The Glock has what's called a tenifer finish on it, and the M&P has what Smith & Wesson calls the melanite finish. They're both excellent finishes, and I've had both Glocks and M&Ps, and I haven't had any problems at all with the finish so far. The takedown's a little bit different with each one. First, obviously it's unloaded. With the M&P, you flip the takedown lever, pull it apart, and barrel out. There's your takedown. The Glock is standard takedown for all Glocks. Once you get the slide off, it's the exact same for both. Here's kind of the comparison of the slides. Obviously the Glock's a little longer. And even though these guns are really close in size, like I said earlier, the Glock is just a tiny bit thinner than the M&P, but the M&P just feels a good bit thicker than what it really is. I mean, it's within like 2/100ths of an inch difference, but for some reason the M&P just feels a little bulkier. So I think either one would be great for carry guns. I'm looking at shooting the G23 a lot more before I make a decision on that, but they're both really great guns. There's a lot of similarities, but of course the capacity is a big deal with the 13+1 in the Glock and 10+1 in the M&P, which, I mean, that's kind of subjective because you're probably not going to need that many rounds in a self-defense situation, but you never know, I guess. So if you have to have it, you've got more in the Glock. But that's a little tabletop review, and I can't say that one's really necessarily better than the other. It's going to be a personal preference, just whichever you like. If you're in the market for a compact gun in .40 S&W, either one of these would be a fantastic choice, I believe. Also, like the M&P40, you can put different barrels in it. I've put the 357 SIG barrel in this one, and it uses the same mag, so that's an easy changeover. The G23, you can also get a 9mm barrel and then use the G19 mags, and you've got a G19. So both of these guns are very versatile. There's really just a lot of good points with each one. I feel the recoil on both of these guns is very manageable. They both seem to do really well with handling the 40 S&W. I know a lot of people complain about how snappy it is, but I don't really have that much issue with it, and I think it's just a fine round as far as that goes. So not getting into the argument whether it's the best round or not. This is just a comparison with these two handguns.